There were a few parts to the agenda builder that we didn't get to discuss before, and one of those was being how to create a new item in the agenda builder. It's as simple as clicking on the new item icon up at the top. You're going to go ahead and enter the service name. Let's just say this is Crew Cocktails. We're going to enter the start date. We'll do June 19th. Start time is going to be at 7:30. We'll make sure it's in the right Kanban list. So we're just building as we go. Oops, we're going to have that as a crew meal. Create. Now, you can actually see that one thing we are missing is the end time. You can go ahead and pop that in now. So we're going to do the same date, different end time. There we go. When you see it's highlighted, it tells us where we've done the work. Another feature was the final total. So you see that up here in the upper right-hand side. You've become accustomed to seeing the subtotal, inclusive total, and then final total usually comes into play when you're doing reconciliation. Once you get your banquet checks, you'll have a final total for each individual service. As a perfect example, you'll see the attendee lunch. Let's say that these sorted soft drinks and the bottled water were charged on consumption. We originally placed in 80 for each as a placeholder, but it turns out people consumed much more beverages than we thought. So in that case, it's as simple as just clicking on that final total, entering in the banquet check total. Let's just say it was 10,000, and then clicking save. Once we have the banquet check, we can attach it here, change the label, just like you see there. And then you see that there is that final total. So you can see that all these services don't have final totals attached, and you know that those are the banquet checks that you're actually missing. Another thing that would be helpful, ability to do an export right up here at the top, you have what's called an export table. When you click on that, hit generate report, you're going to get this download that you see here. When you click on that, you can choose to either do a simple or advanced download, and this is essentially what it's supposed to look like. And this is that spreadsheet view in case you have a stakeholder that is not working in Folio. This is a way for you to share that information out. But you'll see here that it has the same information that was in the Folio. This is kind of like a change log as well because it's got the date an item was created. So that's very helpful for some planners. So basically, what this does is it gives you another opportunity to view your data in another way. One more feature that we're going to run you through is what you see up here in the upper right hand. You have the ability to highlight completed items or include the lists such as resources and key dates. If you are currently on site and you want to see what has been completed, if you go ahead and click that, you'll see it highlights any of the items that have been completed. So let's just say, let's go across the board and just complete a bunch of them for the 19th, right? And to give you a general idea what that looks like. So I'm going to unclick that because now it looks like we don't see anything. We don't know what's been completed. If you come on here into the filter, click on June 19th for the start date, and then click highlight completed items. Now we're able to see which items were completed for that specific date and which ones are still outstanding. So just so you're aware, the agenda builder, you're able to create new items, export the table. You can do the sort. You could use the sort feature. You can still use your traditional filtering of items, which has always been very, very helpful. And I mean, there's just so much that you can actually do with this. Let us know if you have any questions. Drop us a line at cx@folio.io. Have a wonderful day.